Hello to all my friends and other curious people who I hope will soon be friends. I'm Dr. Thomas Teskey. I'm a veterinarian in Arizona, United States. I also spend time in Europe, in Hungary specifically, with my wife's family and our kids. And I've done clinics all over the world in many different places, and I've probably met a lot of you. And I know I'll meet more of you as time goes on. I know a lot of you have bought my book, Insight to Equus, Holistic Veterinary Perspectives on Health and Healing. This is my contribution to people and their horses, and it's also time for me to go more digital so I can reach more of you and spread the good word about what this feels like, what this is looking like. There's some exciting stuff going on, what we're learning, and I'd like to share it with you. Myself, I've been a veterinarian for 20-some years, since 1995, from Colorado State University. And from a very early stage, I was impressed with how some horses would heal and some simply would not. They would come back with the same problems again and again. So I was into holistic medicine from an early stage because it really gripped my heart and in my gut to see horses that I knew were not quite able to get over their issues, and I began to understand why. And so that's why I wrote Insight to Equus. And what does that mean, holistic veterinary perspectives? I think it's good to get the book and read it as a starting point. There's a lot of great stories and just tons of good information in there. We are going to make it available online. So now it's not going to cost over $70, for example, to ship it to Australia, New Zealand, other places in Europe costs $50 just to send one book. That's not very efficient. I've sent an awful lot of them to all these different countries, but the beauty of the digital book is that you can get it right away and start reading right away. You don't have to wait. You don't have to pay postage. And I guess the downside is if you're like me, you like to hold a book in your hands and fondle it and go from page to page. And I may print some more books and make them available at some point, but for right now, I am sold out of those nice hardcover books, and I'm going to go to an online format for a while. I'd like to describe myself as a veterinary philosopher, kind of an ornery one at times, but not for no reason. I often find some good debates around philosophy and keeping horses, and I certainly have my opinions that are almost always opinions that are also held by the horses and the animals. I ask myself and I ask people a lot, what do we need to be healthy? What do you need to be healthy? What does your horse need to be healthy? And how do we find out? How are we going to find out the answer to those questions? Well, we have to ask ourselves. We have to ask the horses. We have to learn about the nature of the horses and the nature of ourselves. We have to get quiet. We have to listen with our heart, with our gut. A lot of my teaching and a lot of my articles are about what that might feel like to enter that space. And so, after answering some of those questions about what we need to stay healthy and or heal from most any problem is how do we provide those things? How do you seek and find and keep providing those things you need to be healthy? And how do you provide those things for your horses? One cool thing we have in common with horses is we're both very social species, and we are curious about each other. And so curiosity is not something you hold in your hand. You can't turn it around and look at it from all sides as a three-dimensional object. But we understand what curiosity is, and so do horses. And so if you think about that as something that can mutually bond us and draw us to each other, that will help get you started in some of my perspectives. I like to put feelings to the words as much as I can. It's not enough just to teach you how a good hoof looks or what to do with an incisor balance, the front teeth in the horses. I'm very interested in these foundational things, but it's always coming from a philosophy and a perspective of how would horses look if they weren't so tightly confined. If we took horses from their wild nature into domestication, and some very predictable, measurable things started to happen with their bodies. And I'm planning in future videos and future writings, and of course in the book it's there already, to show you, to demonstrate to you what those look like, what they feel like, and what you can do about them. This is my passion. This is my contribution. I want to find as many ways as possible to help you recognize and deal with those problems, those issues that come up in just about every confined horse. Every country I've been in, everywhere around the world, I see the same issues to varying degrees and different flavors, if you will. But there's a common thread there that we need to recognize and look at and talk about. This is very important stuff. It really matters because you matter. You are connected with your animals, with the people you love, with the horses that you've grown up with. It really matters to look deeper and do as good a job as possible with them. Now, a lot of you have met me in person, and I'll meet a lot more of you in the future. There's a lot more of you I can reach this way over the internet and this digital format. I know it's not as good, but I'm going to try my best to help you with some things. So you're going to have the opportunity to sign up and get a lot of free videos that I'm going to be doing. Some of the more instructional videos I'll probably charge something for. It won't be a lot, especially when you consider what I'm teaching. But there's a lot of demand for it, so I want to do some of that. I really like talking about feet and teeth, horses' hooves and horses' teeth and their bodies, their balance, the way their gut works, nutritional subjects, behavioral stuff that I've looked at over the years. And I tie it all together in this big picture, which is holistic. This is more of what holistic means when we're looking at this big picture and figuring out where we can get the most good effect from our efforts. We know we can change the diet of a horse, but if that's the only thing we do, they're not going to heal. I can show you how to trim a horse in a specific way, but if that's the only thing that we do, that horse will not heal from their problems. We've got to approach it from the big picture, and it's not that difficult. There's 5 or 6 major things on my list for how to be successful with providing horses what they need to heal. And I tell people who call me a horse healer, very humbling, but I can't heal horses. I can't do it, and neither can you. Horses heal themselves when they have what they need by their nature to heal and stay healthy, okay? A lot of us know some very cool things about how to help horses, and I'm very much in favor of using anything and everything we can to help horses get out of a rut, get going, get on the way to healing. And then I think we should get out of their way and keep providing those things that they need to heal. So I hope you'll join us in our insights to Equus and this whole project that we have envisioned around how to be successful and more successful. I want to see you do better and better. I want to see myself do better and better too. I know that every day I'm alive, I have another chance. If you're still with me at this point, you are my people, okay? Hang with me. Come with me on this journey. This is my heartfelt invitation to you, okay? Come along because this matters. You matter. Your horses matter. The people in your life matter. That goes for all the animals in your life, okay? I specialize in horses, but I am a veterinarian, and I do respect and appreciate the bond that we have with our animals. My approach is to be more thoughtful, more heartfelt, to get in touch with our gut feelings, so that there's more love, more heartfelt connection, better health, more happy, right? So that's my agenda. And take a look around the site, insight2equus.com. Get yourself a copy of the book online if you don't have one already, and get started there. And then look for some more videos coming, some very in-depth ones, some that are just tips and tools of my trade, what I look for, how I approach horses, so many cool things that there are to share. And I'm hoping that this will be a way to get it out to you, and instead of just one hard copy book at a time. I loved doing it. We self-published it. It was a lot of work. I'm glad I did it. I will produce some more at some point, I believe. Like I said, for now, get the online book and let's get going. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. We'll see you.